Ollie, it's great to sit with you. Obviously, the season isn't done just yet. Still plenty to play for, but how have you found it?
Yeah, I think unbelievable season for us. Quarterfinals of the Champions League, falling short in the FA Cup, which we were really disappointed about. But collectively coming down to the last two games of the season to fight for Champions League again, I think all Villa fans will be happy with that.
It's getting to that point in the season where you're having to vote, obviously secretly, for who your player of the season would be. So excluding yourself, come on, give us an insight. Who would you say Aston Villa's player of the season has been?
I would say Morgan Rogers. There's a few names that I could mention as well. Yuri's been unbelievable, but I think Morgan, to see where he's come from, obviously last year he joined in January and then he's made the step up and he's made it look easy really. This is his first full season playing in the Premier League, but he's going to have a lot more seasons ahead of him, and I can't speak highly enough of him really. So powerful, hard-working, skillful. He's got the lot really. So yeah, I'd say him.
Feels like there's been so many standout characters so far this season. Everyone's talking about how well gelled the team is. What do you put that team chemistry down to?
I think just from the way we train really. I think the manager's so demanding and of how we play, and I just feel like that brings the best out of players, and everyone kind of knows what everyone's going to do. So everyone's on the same wavelength, and like I said, yeah, it's been really positive this season.
And then, of course, in January, a couple of new players come in. They hit the ground running as well, help build to that squad. How did you make them feel welcome and ensure that with that team chemistry, they slotted straight in?
I think it's an easy changing room to walk into, to be honest. But yeah, I think those additions have helped us get to where we are. I think without signing them in January, I don't think we would be where we'd be. So yeah, credit to them really, and the manager obviously making them additions, and yeah, now it's focusing on the last two games of the season and seeing what happens at the Champions League spot.
It brings an added element of competition when new players come in, when everyone's performing as they are this season. How's that been received amongst the squad, knowing that competition stepped up a bit?
Yeah, I think for us, sometimes it's been difficult because last season at times there would just be maybe 13 or 14 fit players, and there wasn't much rotation in the squad. Everyone knew what the starting 11 would be, week in, week out. So with the amount of games this year there's been with Champions League and in the league, like I said, FA Cup as well, you need that rotation. You need, fresh legs for some games, and I feel like we've done that really well.
So interesting you bring that up, because that was actually my next question. You're a professional athlete. You've worked hard to get to the Premier League. You've got the mindset of a winner, of course, and you want to be the player that's scoring those winning goals in those big moments, but you've had to rotate a little bit more this season. How difficult has that been for yourself to slot into that?
Yeah, I think last season I played every minute, and I felt really good. Obviously this season I didn't have much of an off season, and sometimes you need to let the body rest. So the manager knows best really. Everyone has full trust in him, and as much as you want to play every minute, sometimes it's you got to do what's best for the team, and yeah.
I loved that raw emotion, that honesty from yourself as well. Everyone talked about it when you came out and said that you were fuming.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you reflect on those comments? Does that just make sure the manager sees that you're hungry to win and get out there?
Yeah, I think it wasn't in a disrespectful way. Obviously, some people can take it like that, but for me, it was just, I'm a footballer at the end of the day. That's my job, and if I'm not playing football, then I'm not happy. So it was as simple as that, really. And yeah, you want to be playing every game possible.
Did the boss get a knock on his door the next day to let him know, to have that conversation with him?
No, he didn't. There's no animosity between me and the boss. He's, I have all faith in him and what he decides. So yeah.
That's what I love as well, because you've been through that before, the highs and lows of football. You'll know exactly how it feels. But when those big nights come again, when it's Champions League or big semi-finals or quarter-finals of different cup competitions as well, you'll be the man to step up and score those goals.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. So, yeah, we've got Europe again, 3 seasons in a row. So next season I'll look forward to playing in the European competition. Depending which one it is. Hopefully it's the Champions League, but if not, yeah, we're still playing in Europe.
How do you find that bar that's been set for Aston Villa? Because Champions League football, the supporters want it, you want it as well, all of the team will want it, and now you want to hit that every single season. It feels like Aston Villa are becoming a club that are constantly doing that.
Yeah, I think that's the target at the end of the day, but there's always an expectation, and with expectations, sometimes there can be disappointment. So, look, I think for everyone at the club, that's the target. If we fall short, then you know it may be disappointing, but we're still playing European football, and then you have to set your eyes on winning something. So. Yeah, I think each year, obviously, like I said, there's going to be an expectation, but we've got to finish as high as we can.
And to do that, of course, you've got 2 more games left in the Premier League. You've got Spurs and Manchester United. Yeah. I mean, how difficult will it be to ensure you get maximum points from those games?
Yeah, really difficult. Two top teams that are playing in a European final. Their league position probably doesn't represent where they are as a club and the squad of players that they have, but you know, each game is difficult in the Premier League. You never can predict what's going to happen, so I think we just take each game as it comes, focus on the next game, and and bring the energy to win that game.
And how would it feel to bring Champions League football back to Villa Park once again for the supporters, for yourself and the team at the end of this season?
Yeah, I think it'll be amazing. You know, I think everyone's kind of disappointed at the way we went out in the Champions League this year, because I felt like we performed really well, and you know, we didn't want that journey to come to an end. So everyone's got their eyes set on that, and you take that experience into next year and hopefully be in that competition and go one more.
And I know that, of course, you'll just focus on one game at a time, one day at a time, one training session at a time. But when the season comes to an end, are you looking forward to a bit of a break? Because you've gone all the way through last season, through the summer, into this season. Will you get a bit of downtime?
Yeah, looking forward to just having a nice holiday, laying on the beach somewhere, relaxing. Yeah, and you just have to enjoy the moments where you get off to spend with your family and your friends, and make the most of it, because you don't get it often. So, yeah, I'll definitely enjoy.
And you'll blink, and you'll be back at it again next season.
I know. running around the pitch doing doggies. So, yeah, just got to enjoy it when it comes.
Ollie, pleasure to speak to you.
Thanks,
busy couple of weeks to go. Good luck for it, and I look forward to seeing you next season as well.
Cool.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you,
nice
mate.